and welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Mindset. My name is Michelle Dale, coming to you today from virtual co-working space where we help virtual assistants level up in their business and lifestyle, and of course mindset. So this week we are covering the topic of acting as if, which is basically getting into the mode of you already have that thing that you truly, truly want in your life. You already have that successful business. You already have all the money that you need. You already have that great relationship. You already have those things that you are, in a sense, seeking in your life, you know. So obviously you've got these ideas of, you know, what that looks like for you. And we're talking now about bringing that into your reality, bringing that into your 3D, whatever you want to call it. And we talked yesterday about making physical changes to yourself, to your environment, to really step into the place of change. But it's an interesting thing because it doesn't just start and end there. We then move into the concept of how we then show up in the world. And I'm going to focus just on one particular aspect of that, and that is what we give meaning to and what meaning we give to things. So this is really important, and I'll kind of like explain this as best I can, but to keep it quite simple because, you know, we're only on Morning Mindset here. So when you think about something that you really, really want, but you don't have it yet, and you're in that state right now of wondering, where does that come from? What does it do? Things like that. You already know not to do that from a lot of previous videos that I've done. But you might be in a state of saying, well, I'm actually not the person that has it right now. And that's when you use this acting as if process, because that is going to perfectly align you with the person that you need to be. So one of the things that you need to do is start to really notice about what meaning you give things in your life. Now, this is very pertinent to me. I had a terrible week last week. Something very bad happened. And then I was in the mode which caused like this downward spiral of kind of like a victim, feeling helpless, feeling, why did this happen to me? That type of thing. And then I realized I was giving that situation that meaning. So potentially you can have something that you're trying to get, but you will need to make shifts within yourself. You will need to change certain aspects of yourself in order to be that person who's going to step up and be able to get it. Welcome, Anna, and welcome, Nikki. So if you're going to be that person who's going to step up and get it and have it, then you need to understand that these changes and shifts in you often will come from the experiences that you are being presented with. And those are the experiences that you can give meaning to, either a bad meaning or a positive meaning, a negative meaning or a good meaning. And you literally get to decide. This is acting as if. So you literally get to act out the scene in your movie and give it the meaning that you want to give it. So I'm gonna, you know, and then understand that that experience needed to happen in order for you to evolve as a person into the person who has it. So a lot of the times when we have things that we consider are negative, we might consider them as setbacks or going back to square one, or that should never have happened, or now this is a problem. So we can either frame it that way and give it that meaning, or we can give it a different kind of meaning. Oh, this was uncomfortable. I must be evolving. Oh, this was uncomfortable. I must needed to learn from this experience. And you can also give it more granular meaning as well, not just knowing everything unfolds in its own perfect way, and you'll be guided as to what to do, when to do it, and this experience happened because you needed to have it in order to get what you want. You can give it that general meaning, but you can also give it a more granular meaning. Now, it's the more granular meanings that are life-changing. So what do I mean by granular meaning? This is something, for me, this is what it means to me. So let's say, for example, you are trying to manifest your perfect marriage or your perfect partnership, and you're going through a rocky patch. Now, you might have done the visualization, worked on the manifestation that your marriage or your relationship is great and everything is going perfectly and everything is unfolding as it needs to unfold. And then bam, you have a blowout argument with someone. And then you can either give that the meaning of, oh, none of this stuff is working. I've just had a big argument with that person and they haven't changed and nothing's changed and this is how it is. Now that's one meaning that you can give to that situation. Or you can literally choose another meaning which is more in alignment with your manifestation and the vision you're creating for yourself. So you can say, like, he or she must have got so upset because they care so much about me. Or he or she has gone silent now because they're really thinking about how best to say sorry. Or that argument occurred because that other person really needed to understand how I was feeling. You get the gist, right? Like, hopefully you get the gist. On the one hand, you're giving it a meaning that it's all going wrong. On the other hand, you're giving it the meaning that it's all going right. But it's the same situation, the exact same situation. Now, if you can get in the acting as if mode of looking at everything in your day, obviously good things, you won't have to give them good meaning because they're already good. You won't think about it. But catch yourself when you find yourself in a situation where you're not happy, where you don't like something, where something appears that it's not going your way or not going in your favor. Think about the good meaning that you can give to it. Okay? You know, it's that age-old saying, you know, things get worse before they get better. Because what that means to me is that as you're transforming through that change process of becoming who you need to be, you need to have certain experiences. You need to have sometimes a jolt, an awakening, a realization. Or you need to shift into a different type of person, you know? When you're trying to manifest this incredible, fantastic business, but you've been in a business which has just been a non-starter for a couple of years, you're going to find that you are not going to suddenly be able to shift in that fantastic business until you become that fantastic business owner who has not been in a rut for the last couple of years, but has truly succeeded. Now, you might have to then be put in situations or have situations which challenge you and question you and give you that experience so you can then shift into that person, start thinking like that person, start becoming that person who already has the thing that you wanted to manifest. So you have to give meaning to everything. You know, maybe you have 10 client consultations and you don't secure any of those clients. You can either say to yourself, I'm just not good at client consultations. I can't secure any clients. And that's what you'll manifest. Or you can give it the meaning that those 10 client consultations were practice, but they were not my perfect clients. And they were practice. So when that 11th client comes in for a consultation, I would have practiced so much on the 10 non-ideal clients that 11th ideal client, I will be ready to give them the best consultation they've ever had. Do you see the difference in the meaning of the experiences that you're having? So what I want you to do is always think, if you think in your 3D world, in your reality, in life, that something is happening which is not in alignment with what you want, you can instantly shift that into the right space by simply giving it a good meaning, or a better meaning, or a meaning that is in alignment with what you're trying to attract. The same thing goes for anything, you know. A lot of people talk about money as well. Like if they're trying to manifest money, but money just never seems to be there when they look for it, you know. And they're saying, well, I never seem to have any money, and money's not coming to me, and this isn't working, and stuff like that. Maybe that state of not having that money is because you need to first learn how to better manage money. So maybe the money will start coming in a little bit slower, you know, or maybe you need to be in a state of gratitude for money. Because if you're not feeling grateful for even the smallest amount of money that you have, you will never feel grateful for the largest amount of money. So then you say to yourself, okay, I need to get in a state of gratitude for how much money I have right now. So you give your money, no matter how small it is, good meaning. I have this money. I'm so grateful for this money. I'm grateful if I can pay this money out to other people and they can benefit from this money, because it's all energy. So as soon as you give it good meaning, then you're going to attract more of that into your life. So always think about the meanings that you're giving everything. If I pay bills, if I give money out, even if like something happened to me last week, I ended up paying out a lot of money, which I shouldn't have paid, but I gave it good meaning. You know, I needed to go through that, and I'm grateful that I had that money. So always give the circumstance the meaning that is in alignment with the end goal, and think to yourself, if I already had what I was trying to manifest, how could I give this the meaning that was in alignment with that? How can I remember it differently? How can I remember it right instead of remembering it wrong? Okay, so that's the second part of act as if. First part is start to change yourself physically as much as possible, either you or your environment. The second part is to give everything the meaning of it's already at the end. If you have an argument with someone, it's not because they didn't understand and didn't do that and didn't do that. It's because you simply had to teach them something, or they simply had to learn that they needed to have some separation and they really missed you, and then, you know, they can't wait to apologize, or they're going silent because they're thinking of how to apologize. Just give everything the meaning that you want in your movie and act as if. Go about your day. I'll give them some space. I'll let them think about how to say sorry. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening. We're going to get into our daily accountability. Remember to work on your goals, no matter what these are. You're either going to have a big picture goal, or you can simply set a goal for today. No matter what it is, focus on it. Always keep the things that you want in the forefront of your mind, and feel good about them if you can. In the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you feel good or bad, and that's in a whole other week's session. But for the most part, if you can, like I say, following on from this message, give things good meaning, you'll generally feel better about them anyway. So thank you so much for being here today. I will see you back here tomorrow in the morning mindset room. But for now, have a wonderful rest of the day ahead. Thank you so much. Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for.
Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.